Hi there, everyone. Welcome to episode 653 of the Mike from Maine show, the place where we do daily interviews with successful online entrepreneurs. This is your host, Mike Thomas, and today on the show we have Joey Xoto on, and we're going to be talking about a very cool new technology that's going to allow you to increase the time that people watch your videos and to get more clicks, more leads, and more sales. This is going to use a technology that's going to use a pattern interrupt and have them play games, which is going to make them more likely to click, more likely to keep their attention, and of course, more likely to put money in your pocket. Let's get into it. Here's Joey. We are here today with expert video marketer Joey Xoto. Joey, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me, as always.
Joey's one of these guys where whenever I have any questions about video marketing, sales videos, affiliate videos, anything to do with video, Joey is the guy that I go to, and today isn't going to be any different. We're going to be talking about a subject that might not sound super sexy when you first start talking about it, but when we get down to it and we start talking about the results that it can bring in, you should definitely pay attention to this. On the sales page, it says 30-year-old secret holds your viewers hostage and leaves them coming back for more, giving you more leads, more conversions, and more cash in your pocket. So 30-year-old secret, more leads, more cash. You've got my attention. What's this all about?
All right, man. Well, I'll get to the 30-year thing in a second. I think it's good to give you a little intro quickly. So, look, basically, in our multiple years online, what we've basically found is that there's one key metric when it comes to video that is more important than anything else, okay? And that is basically video retention. Now, a simple question that I can ask for anybody watching this is, look, when you go to a sales page or when you watch any kind of video online, how often do you find yourself being distracted? I mean, we're always getting distracted by a multitude of things, whether it's somebody sending us a PM on Facebook, or maybe there's a video on YouTube that's interesting us, so we're just going to pause the sales video and watch something else. Or maybe it's your wife or your husband calling you. You know, it could be anything in the world that's distracting you from that video message. And guess what? If your viewer's getting distracted whilst they're watching the content, that's a problem, because it means that they're not digesting your entire marketing message. And that's what big companies and big brands like YouTube understand. They realize that for a video to really be effective, your viewer has to watch it from the start all the way to the end. Otherwise, they're not digesting the information. They're not taking the content in. Now, it's not just about digesting the content when it comes to a sales video, because studies online have shown, and you can research this in your own time if you want, that retention is a key factor to how much money you're going to make from your content. So if you look at website retention, so if somebody lands on a website, it's a proven fact that the longer somebody stays on a website, so whether it's a store or something like that, the more likely they are to take action on that website, i.e., they're more likely to spend their money on that website. And the exact same thing applies when it comes to video. So if you have a sales video, the longer somebody watches the video and the more they get to the end of that video, is the more likely they are to buy from you. And the simple reason is because they've invested themselves time-wise and emotionally into the content. And that's why they're watching the video, because they're interested and they're engaged.
Really quick, I just want to interject here. And the fact
Sure.
that we always talk about like how many hits you got, how many people visited your site, or how many views you got. There might be a video and it got 1,000 views and 1,000 people opened that video. But there's a big difference between a video that got 1,000 views all the way through from the beginning to the end, to a video that someone clicked on it, they kind of watched a few seconds of it, and then went off to do something else. It's a whole new ball game with that. The person who just clicks on it and watches it for a second doesn't interact with the message, doesn't hear the communication that you were trying to give to them. They don't experience it at all. And they're just off somewhere else. So it really doesn't count. The views mean nothing. Retention views is where it's all at.
Absolutely. And YouTube realizes this and actually rewards channels that have higher levels of retention. That's why if you look at a channel like PewDiePie, who's like a gamer, he basically has really high retention rate, which is why his channel is the most successful gaming channel on YouTube, period, right? Because he has retention rates of people that are watching his video for an entire 40 minutes, for example, okay? Now, here's a simple example, okay? If you've got two videos and you've got 100 people here and you've got 100 people here, if 100 people come to video letter A, and only 5 people watch the entire video, they're not going to make a lot of money at that video because there's only 5 people that watch the message. Whereas on the other video, if you have 50 or 60 people watch that entire video, you're much more likely to sell more because you've got more people interested in the message, right? And that's pretty much common sense. Like I'm sure you can understand the logic there of how that would work, right? So we basically picked this up and we realized, okay, look, what if we were able to get people to watch our sales videos for longer? What if when we sent out our affiliate promotions, when we create sales videos, or whenever we have a video that's selling something, what if we could get more people to watch the video? So we came up with this really clever idea because of this 30-year-old secret. So let's come back now to that headline, the 30-year-old trick, right? Now, I'm sure you guys all are very familiar with shows like Deal or No Deal, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Family 14. There's so many of them, right? Now, what they end up doing, right, is before they go to their adverts, before they kind of go for their commercial break, they kind of been on for 10 minutes and it will say, hey, after the break, we're going to come back and whatever, right? Now, before they go to that break, what you'll notice is that they'll have like a mini little contest. So they may be on Deal or No Deal, they do it all the time. It's like before they go to that break, it will say, hey, by the way, here's a chance to win $5,000. Just answer A, B, or C. And it's a very simple question. It's really, really dead easy, and it doesn't really distract the viewer, right? It's very easy to answer the questions most of the time. They do this because they know that they're going to a commercial break. So you want to see if after the commercial break, if you were right or if you were wrong, right? So it's a very simple little technique. They'll say A, B, or C. You'll sit in with your family and you're going to say, oh, it's B. And then the commercial break comes on. And then you're sitting around, you're waiting to see if you got the answer right. It's a very simple technique, and it's so deadly powerful because everybody wants to win, right? Nobody likes to lose, and everybody likes to play games when they see games. So we've basically gone and taken this principle and added it to video marketing by simply having a very simple quiz game pop up on the video as soon as our app basically realizes the drop-off rate. So I'll step back and explain that because it's a little bit complex. So what the application basically does, right? You basically put your videos on the platform, and then the platform's called Viddify, by the way. And Viddify is going to track your video and tell you exactly when, at what point of the video, your viewers start to get bored. Okay, so let's just say you have a video that's a minute long. Viddify would tell you, for example, let's just say at about 11 seconds, your viewers start dropping off. Viddify will say, okay, 11 seconds, your viewers are dropping off. Okay. Now that alone is very, very powerful metric because now you know that your video is getting boring at that point. So you need to do something to keep people watching after that point. And the way we do that is by introducing that quiz game, like I said, and the quiz game basically pops on at the point of the drop off. So at 11 seconds, that little game will pop up, and that's going to re-engage the viewer. Now, in order to basically make people play the game, because obviously no one's going to play the game if they don't have a reason to play, right? What we do is we bribe them. We say, hey, play this game and you can get a discount, or play this game and you'll get a free bonus gift, or whatever it is you want to do, Viddify can handle it. So any kind of reward or prize you want to give your viewer for watching the video, Viddify will basically reward them right at the end of the video. So it's a very, very powerful technique of basically forcing someone and bribing someone and saying, hey, look, if you watch the rest of this video, we'll give you a discount. So here you go, play the game, you play the game. If you win, at the end of the video, they'll get the prize. So really simple premise, very, very powerful. Does that make sense?
How long until people have, how many views until they start figuring out when people are dropping off? Like, how does it figure that out?
It will start tracking it from the very first view. I mean, it's based on averages. So obviously, the more views you're getting, the better Viddify is going to be able to track it. I mean, we recommend at least having 100 views so you can get a generic kind of percentage, a generic retention percentage of what's actually working. I mean, we definitely recommend having about 100 views at least. That's going to give you the best kind of data, but it will start tracking it right from the very start.
Cool. Well, Joey, I want to see this in action. Let's take a look inside.
Okay, sure. So I think maybe we want to. Do you want to see like a live demo of it actually working before I jump into the software? Mm-hmm. Cool. So let me just turn my screen on. Here we go. 1 second. Forget how to do this. Here we go. So let me know you can see my screen. Okay. So I'm going to mute it because it's quite loud and I'm talking in the video. So this is a simple video that we basically created for JVs where we're talking to them about Viddify, exactly what it does, and we basically want to show people how it works. So I'm just kind of talking in this video right now, just saying welcome to Viddify, and it's essentially just talking them through what it is, telling them it's a Viddify, telling them that it's a retention-based game and that kind of thing. And then what you'll notice is at a certain point, this little message will pop up, say, hey, do you want to promote Viddify? Solve this puzzle to get your affiliate link. This is the puzzle. You just have to remember the squares. And you just click wherever the squares were before the timer runs out. And then it will say, good job. Stay to the end of the video to get your unlock URL. Okay. So that literally is that simple. Like that's the game. And now at the end of the video, they will basically get the prize. Does that make sense?
I want to tell everyone right now, as I'm seeing this on Skype, it's looking a little pixelated. It doesn't look like that in the real life example, just so you all know. It's coming in a little bit blurry here, but I've seen the real one here. That's cool. Also, it's customized. Viddify lets you customize everything.
Yeah, so you can change the colors of the game and stuff. So I'll also show you what it looks like if you lose. So let's just say I do the wrong one, and that will basically say, too bad, don't worry. And then you can customize these messages as well. So whatever you want it to say, you can customize your duration. If you think it's too short, you can make it faster. You can basically customize it however you like, so it works for you and it works for your video. And then basically, it'll get to the end of the video, I'll let it run, and a little pop-up will come and it will say, hey, here you go, grab your affiliate link. So this is just a really cool example just to show JVs how it would work and basically bribing them to promote, right? So it's just showing our own technology and work.
I just want to say this as well, Joey. You are also, at the same time, you're conditioning people to interact with the video and to click. So pretty much a lot of us, what we're trying to do with these videos, if we're affiliates, if we have sales pages, if we're or whatever, we're trying to direct people to a certain page to do a certain action. You are conditioning them to click on those games, and then at the end, I would very much think that the likelihood that they're going to click that link at the end is going to be much higher after they've interacted with those games.
Absolutely. It's all about micro commitments, right? You get them to micro commit to your kind of message. So this is basically how it looks at the end. You know, you can customize this. That can be even like a coupon code that they can copy or whatever. They just simply click the link and it will open up and take them to, you know, whatever page that it is you've kind of directed them to. So very, very simple tech. So I can even jump into the app if you guys want to see what it looks like on the inside.
Definitely. I've never seen anything like this before, by the way, just so you know.
Cool, man. So this is essentially the application. It's very, very well built. It's all based in the cloud, so you don't have to install or download or do anything like that. It's very, very robustly built. So we've got a couple of videos here that we've already kind of uploaded, but I just want to show you basically how you would do it. So I won't import an entire video because it's going to take too long, but essentially when you start, you just go to import and you would essentially just paste the video URL here. It can be a YouTube video, Vimeo, Amazon S3, whatever you want. You just hit import and Viddify will bring the video in to the platform. And then it will basically be listed here, whichever video you kind of have. So once the video is there, you just click Studio. And this is actually our sales video that we're using this on, by the way. So when you go to our page, you'll see us actually using it because we know it works. Like, this isn't something that we've built as a gimmick. Like, I was telling Mike before we even got on this call that we built this because of internal testing. Like, we wanted to see, can this really work? And we've battle tested it ourselves, all right? So I'll show you an example of a case study we've done in a minute. But this is our sales video. You'll see it when you go to buy that we're actually using it right there. And just a heads up, if you do actually play the game on the sales video, we'll give you a little discount as well. So make sure you play the game, okay?
Nice.
So essentially your video is here. Okay, what you want to basically do is on the bottom, you'll have a couple of little options if you want to autoplay, just some basic things about the video. So autoplay, hide the controls and all that kind of stuff. So normal stuff. And then the fun stuff is here on the right-hand side. So you could basically have the option of adding 2 games. Right now, we just got 1 game here, and you can see that's turned on. And you simply just open these up. So pre-message settings, this is basically what shows up before the game shows up. So you can change your messaging here. I'm not going to edit this because this is something Sam's built, and I don't want to ruin it. And then you can change the colors. change the colors of the borders and anything like that, how long you want the message up for. And then you've got the post message. So basically the message that shows up after they've played the game. And you can also change the settings for if they lose. All right. Because remember, they can lose the game as well. Right. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about that in a second, because I'm sure you're probably thinking, well, if they lose the game, can they still get the prize?
Yeah, I'm like, what's going to happen if they lose?
Well, the cool thing is, it's totally up to you. So at the bottom here, you'll see, oh, it's not here. It's actually in the reward settings. So I'll show you in a second. But you can basically choose if you want them to win or if you want them to still get the prize. So if you want to be mean, you can pull the prize away. Or if you want to be, kind of like, okay, we'll just give you the prize anyway, you can do that. So this is essentially just customizing the text, customizing the colors, all very basic. I know it looks a little complex, but as you play with it, you'll start to get the hang of it. It's pretty simple. So reward settings, this is the cool stuff. So here you can basically decide what you want to give them. Okay, so number one is you can basically display when the prize shows up. Sorry, so you can do it at the end, or you can make the prize show up right after the game. Now, I recommend you basically make this show up at the end because it kind of forces people to stay to the end. But if you want to split test it and you want to basically show the prize in the middle of the video, you can do that as well. We've given you the option to do that. You can also add some sounds. The sound, you can have sound in the game as well to make it a little bit more kind of pattern interrupt and kind of really get their attention.
I like the sound thing because I like that pattern interrupt thing. I was watching a video, right? Joey. I was watching a video of yours telling me about the product before we did the interview, and I was kind of listening to it and off in the kitchen making my coffee, and this sound came in. It was like, and I was like, what the heck is that? Like, it got my attention, and that's what marketing is all about. It's if you can't get people's attention, then you're not able to give them your message. So it worked on me. I don't see why it wouldn't work on someone else.
Absolutely, man. I mean, it's human nature. The way it works is we're just all basing it on really simple psychology that works with anyone. So it's definitely going to work. So then you got reward types. So you can give them a free download. Let's say you have an ebook or something. You can have an unlock URL. So let's just say at the end of the video, you want it to go to like a different page. So when they click that, that'll go to that page. You can do a reveal code, which is like a coupon code. So if you're like selling on JVZoo or ClickBank or whatever, you can set up your own coupons and put them on here. Or you can have custom HTML. So virtually anything that you can build in HTML, you can put inside of the video, whether it's an opt-in form or like a graphic or whatever it is that you want it to be. And then this is what I was talking about. So if they get it wrong, you can still display the reward, which we have got on. So that's cool. And then just some basic stuff with text and that kind of thing as well. So very, very simple, man. Like really easy to use, really easy to set up. And once you've got it running, you can jump into your analytics and you can basically get a good idea of how many visits you had, views. This hasn't got anything right now because we haven't run the sales video yet. But it's going to tell us, what percentage of people have played the game. So that's a very good metric right there because it tells you if your game's actually working. How many rewards people have claimed, which is also very important because you might have some people play the game, but they might not get the reward. So you might want to see are people really getting that reward? And if you find that people aren't getting the reward, you know that your copy in the game isn't good enough. You need to have a better call to action in the message. So you can say, hey, make sure you get your reward, click the button below, and then you're going to see that this metric will start going up because you're giving them better copy, right? And then full basically means have people watch it all the way to the very end. So you'll have like your visitors 1, and then if that says 0 here, you can see that, okay, well, that person didn't watch the entire video. So that's why the retention here is only 25%. That means that whoever was watching the video, they only got 25% into the video before they dropped off. So that's where your average drop off is. So a quarter of the way into the video, somebody decided they didn't want to watch the video, which is fine.
It's really funny. I sometimes have gone into YouTube and checked out the retention for different interviews that I've done and different review videos, and there is definitely a direct correlation. I'll look at the ones that I've done very well with and made a lot of money in affiliate commissions from, and those are the ones that people watch more of the content of, and the ones that I didn't make a lot of money from were the ones that people started watching, got bored, and dropped off. So these kind of numbers here are just so valuable when it comes to figuring out what people are interested in. Like, you're making all this content out there, and maybe people are clicking on it, but maybe they're only watching, like maybe you and I do an interview for 3 hours long. We're like, awesome, we did a 3 hour interview, but no one's watching it. Like not even one person's watching the whole interview. So I could go back and say, okay, look, like let me shorten it down a little bit here. Maybe I could add a pattern interrupt in here, add a game in to try to get people more involved. But in the long run, you need to be thinking about, okay, is this content that you're creating? Is this something that is really something that people are paying attention to? So these numbers, I mean, they're, like I said, super valuable.
Absolutely, man. And just to really show this in a better light, I want to show you a case study that we done
Perfect.
On a promotion, on an affiliate promotion that we had. So essentially, I just want to give you a quick rundown. Like it was basically just a simple video that we created. So we put the video on a page, like on a bonus page, and we drove traffic to that page. Okay, very simple. And we wanted to basically see how we could run it. Now, when we put the video up initially, we were only getting a retention of 5.5%. That's really, really low. Now, when you guys start using this tool, you're gonna have a reality check and a shock, because I can tell you for reality, like when a video is online, the retention rate is really low. Okay, now this is for any video. This is a general study, general statistic. Like if you go and research retention rate for video, in general, it's very, very low. If you can get up to 10 to 12%, you're actually doing a great job, because that's high. All right. Now it might not seem high, but that is really high for a video. So 5.5% is pretty poor. I'm sure we can all agree that's pretty poor. So what we did is we went ahead, added the game like this. So we had the simple game pop up. Remember the colored squares, and we had a reveal code. So what we done was, on the promotion, the vendor, basically gave us a coupon code and said, hey, Joey, give your customers this coupon code. They can get like $5 off the product. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, we can put that into Viddify and let people know that, hey, if you play this game, we're going to give you $5 off. And we wanted to see what happened. So these are the statistics we got. So I'm going to draw your attention to just retention rate to start with. And you're going to see that it went from 5.5% all the way up to 72%. Whoa. Right? Now that is crazy numbers. Like I've not seen a lot of videos that get up to that kind of percentage, and I can tell you the video was exactly the same. Like we didn't say anything different, we didn't do anything different. All we did was pop Viddify into the video, and we saw a massive increase in retention. So with that, on top of that, we can see like how many unique people we had, which is 644. There was 266 people that actually took the reward, but 466 people watched the entire video, which is really interesting, because even though we had a massive increase in people watching the full video, only half of those people actually wanted to get the reward, which is quite interesting. But the key thing is that the retention rate went up, and as a result, we can see our sales were through the roof. We made a good amount of sales from that promotion.
Did you give away that reward at the end of the video on that one?
Correct, yeah.
Cool.
We always do it at the end, because I think that really is the way that you should be using this app. You want to be putting it at the end, because that's going to force people to stay to the end. So that's just a really quick case study, really quick example of what we were able to do.
Love it. I mean, because when it comes down to it, retention stuff, I mean, that's not theoretical. But when it comes down to like, okay, does this work?
This is actually the first kind of software that I've personally been involved with. So if you watch any of my interviews with Mike, it's always info products and stuff like that, because that's the stuff that I know really well. I got the idea for this product, which is why we created the software. Like, and I wanted to see, look, when I create videos, like I use really high-end equipment. I'm really good at writing scripts and all of that kind of stuff, right? And I thought, look, not everybody can do that. And not everybody has the time to learn that either. So I wanted to see, look, is there a simple way that we can make a video more engaging without having to have, good copywriting skills, without having to have expensive cameras or creating fancy videos or anything like that? The promo video we done was just a slideshow video. Okay, it wasn't anything interesting or exciting. And we wanted to do it like that because we knew the average user, the average internet marketer, isn't going to have fancy videos. They're going to use a simple slideshow. So we based it on a simple slideshow. We wanted to see what can we do with this simple slideshow and how can we boost the profit. And that's why we know this thing works. Like we built it to actually use in our business. And when you go to the sales page, you'll see we're using it because we believe it works and we believe in what it does. And I just wanted to put that across.
With this kind of technology, mobile can sometimes be an issue. What happens when someone pulls out their iPhone and watches one of these videos on their iPhone or Android device?
So basically, with the iPhone and the Android, they essentially have their own video player, which is what creates a bit of an issue for us. Now, if you're on your phone and you're on a website and the video's playing, the Viddify game will pop up, okay? But if you maximize the video, the game won't pop up. Your video will still work as normal, but the game's not going to pop up if you maximize the video on the page. So it's a slight issue, but if they're watching the video as normal, then it will be fine. We are working on it. We are trying to find ways around on how we can make our tech work with iPhone's video player, but that's something that we're working on. And we are supporting this over the long haul, by the way. We've got a ton of plans to make this into a big platform, bigger than what it is now. So we'll be working on it and we'll be improving it as we go.
Well, one of the reasons why you're going to be doing it is, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, this is right now during the launch period, it's going to be a one-time fee. And then after the launch period, you're going to start, people that purchase after then, you're going to start charging a monthly fee. So it will make sense for you to keep on improving on it because people are going to be paying you month after month.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the big things, and I say this with a light heart because, look, we see a lot of products come out in the IM space, okay? We see a lot of different offers. And unfortunately, you do sometimes get when products come out, they stop getting supported. Like it happens, you know? With our platform, because it's a service-based platform, so that means you don't have to download anything. It's on a browser, and it costs money. You know, like it costs us money to run the platform, which is why we need to switch to the subscription model after the launch, because that's going to help us to keep supporting the platform and keep paying for it to work, right? Initially, though, when we go live for those couple of days, yes, you can come in for the one-time price. And reason we're doing that is simply because we want a lot of people to come into this platform and really test it and see it work. This has got a lot of commercial viability, which is like a little bit high level, I understand, but the product is good. Like it's got a lot of appeal to bigger markets, massive markets in the world. And we want to basically start with our community, get people being successful with it in our community, and then take it beyond that later on.
We've talked about people using it for sales videos, for perhaps affiliate marketing. Any other people out there that would be able to use this? You talk about the bigger community out there. Who else can benefit from using this?
Look, basically, if you've got a video that has a call to action, you need to use this, because the whole point of using video, right, in your marketing is to get someone to take some kind of action at the end of the video. So if it's an opt-in video, your call to action is, hey, pop your email in and get my free ebook, right? It's a simple example. Now, if you use Viddify in conjunction with that, you can now say, hey, play this game and you can get a free ebook at the end if you get the answer right. Now, I can tell you for a fact that if you split test those two results, our application is going to get a lot more click-throughs because it's unique and it's exciting. Now, to answer your question, where can you use it? Anywhere that you have a call to action, just based on that example I'm saying, because you're going to improve the amount of people actually taking the action, okay? You're going to increase the amount of people actually clicking and actually following what you're trying to tell them to do. So if you're trying to tell them to buy something from you, you're going to get more click-throughs. If you want them to opt in, you'll get more click-throughs. Affiliate promos, more click-throughs. Even if you're using training videos, right? Look, training videos can be really boring, and it's a fact. Like it can be a long, drawn-out thing, and people disengage with the content all the time. In fact, it's one of the biggest things in our industry that people buy a lot of training products, and guess what? They only get through about 20-30% of the content because it gets boring, all right? And they disengage and that kind of thing. You can use Viddify to actually incentivize people to go through the training. You can give them extra products. You can give them coupon codes on other products. You know, incentivize them to actually watch the training and you know, make it a better experience for them. That's why Viddify is so powerful. I mean, we've actually spoken about this with people who are using videos in schools and in educational environments to actually help and aid people to keep more attention on the video. So you can see, like, the power of this kind of technology goes way beyond just making more money. It's you have better engagement with your audience. You get people actually using your content in a way that they wouldn't have before just simply based on the fact that you're incentivizing them to actually use the content. So there's a lot of ways that you can use this content, man.
Videos become less of a passive watching activity, and they become more of an active, interactive activity where you're, instead of
Absolutely.
just watching and consuming, you're putting an input, and you're kind of, I don't know if you're choosing the result, but you're able to choose the whether or not you're going to get that discount coupon or whatever kind of reward that they're offering there. Question for you, Joey. With this, only thing I would think of here, like if someone is going to watch the video and they're going to watch it through all the way to the end anyways, is this going to be annoying for people that were perhaps already going to consume the content?
Potentially it could be. Yeah, potentially it could be. But what you have to look at is you have to look at the two sides. How many people do you get watching the video and how many people don't you? So this is where the analytics are going to pay off for you. Because if you find that your video is already really engaging, which is super unlikely, but if you do, Viddify will tell you that. It will say, hey, by the way, you've got a high retention rate. You've got a retention rate of 70% or 80%. Well, then that's fine because you might not need to do much to it. Or you can add a game at 70, 80% and see if that improves it. If it doesn't, take it off. If it does, keep it there. That's the cool thing with the app because you can track everything you're doing. There's no guesswork. Like there's no theory. It's all practical and you can see it right in front of you. Is this working? Is it not? Where should I put the game to make it work? Or should I even use the game on this particular video?
Nice. Okay. Good answer. Good answer. Making money with this really quickly. Someone's watching this. They're thinking about picking it up. They want to know the fastest way that they can make some money back with it. Any ideas that you can give us off the top of your head?
Yeah, sure. I mean, look, JVZoo is a massive platform with so many different products. There's hundreds and thousands of different products on JVZoo, right? All you want to do is create a simple video, right, promoting one of those products. So let's just say it's, I don't know, let's just say it's Viddify, for example, right? Like, let's say you want to promote Viddify. You create a simple video talking about the product and use Viddify in that video. You want to basically embed Viddify on a page and then drive traffic to that page. Like, that is really the fastest way you can do this. So you might already be a marketer who's using video to kind of sell stuff anyway. So what I would say to you is just plug this in, basically, okay? Plug it in and host it on a page and drive traffic to that page. Don't drive traffic straight to YouTube because it's not really the best way to market anyway. You want to kind of have your own landing page and then put Viddify on your landing page and drive traffic to it, okay? And if you're a complete newbie and you haven't got anything to sell, start with JVZoo. You got hundreds of thousands of products on there. Just pick a product that you like and start selling it on a page and use Viddify to make your video a little bit more interesting and track it. That's the most important thing. Just track it and see how is Viddify actually helping that video. Move the game around and see what's going to work for you. That's honestly the easiest way, and it wouldn't take you very long. It wouldn't take long.
I'm looking at your sales page right now, and these numbers might be different. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm seeing that you've got an offer for quarterly, a lifetime, and a per year offer here. Now this is going to be live from the time that people see this video. It's going to be live like this for, I believe, 72 hours.
Correct.
And in these pricings that are here are going to go up after that goes. Anything else that we need to know about this? I don't want people to miss out if they're thinking about buying it and then they come back to the sales page and they're pissed off because they've missed out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first thing is the pricing that you're seeing right there is actually changing up. So that's the pricing that the structure we're gonna be looking at after the launch. So after the launch, there's gonna be options to pay quarterly, monthly, yearly, to basically be a member of Viddify. But when Mike tells you about it on Friday, it's gonna be just a one-time fee of $67. All right. So it will just be a one-time fee at that point. Now, as I said before, make sure you play the game in the sales video because you can get a discount. So that's a really cool way to actually see it working, and you can actually kind of be a part of the technology. So I think it's a really cool way to see it work, and you get a little discount on that as well. But yeah, 72 hours from Friday, that one-time price, and then it's going to go up on the Monday.
And pay attention to Joey there. He said if you play the game, you get a discount as well. So make sure you play that game. One-time offers, what should people expect through that sales funnel after they purchase the product on the sales page?
So we got a really cool one-time offer, basically called the retention bundle. And essentially what it is we understand that a lot of people that basically use Viddify, they might not have any bribes. So they might have like a coupon code, that's fine. But they might not have any physical bribes that they can give customers like ebooks or anything like that. So we're basically giving people the option to basically take away bribes that we've built for them, and they can use those in their videos to essentially, kind of engage people to watch the rest of the video. So you don't have to have any bribes yourself. You can just use the ones that we've built for you. Now, alongside that, we've also got a template for a sales video and a sales script as well. So if you feel like you haven't got a really cool video to use, if you want to promote something on JVZ, you're brand new, make sure you get the OTO, because the sales video will basically already be done. All you have to do is just change a couple of the words around and the copy a little bit so it matches your product, and then you've got a sales video done as well. So that kind of brings me back to your point. If you really want to use this fast, make sure you get the OTO, because it's going to give you a massive shortcut, and you can basically start using it on day one and drive traffic on day one. So that's a really cool offer.
And okay, so that's the first one. Are there any other ones other than that?
Right now, we don't have anything else planned. We may have a done for you kind of narration offer. I'm not going to say too much about that because we're still working out if we can feasibly make it work, because we have thousands of customers. But keep an eye out. There might be a second OTO there. I'll let Mike know in advance so he can let you know by email if that's the case.
Sure.
But right now, no.
Joey, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Is there anything else, anything we missed, anything you wanted to mention before we wrap it up?
No, I think, it's self-explanatory. Video is super hot right now. And if you notice, there's more and more videos every day now. So you got to stand out. If you want to stand out, this is probably the hottest product you're going to get this year that's going to allow you to do that very, very easily. So just jump on it and join us.
Again, thank you so much for coming on, and best of luck with your launch.
Thank you, Mike.
I hope you enjoyed the interview today with Joey. If you are interested in picking up Viddify, you're going to want to come back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Friday, June 26th. The cart is going to be live, and you're going to be able to grab it at that early bird discounted price. I'm going to have the link above the interview where you can go to the sales page. You're not going to be able to purchase it, but you're going to be able to watch the sales video. And in the sales video, they actually use the technology. So I want you to click that, check it out, and if you are interested in buying it, come back to that page or this interview tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.